Any other questions? No, we can move to. Last one. Last couple of questions.
Tornando alla partita, perché alla fine in quel momento lui pensava che la portava a casa.
So returning to the match, during the toughest part of the match, did you think about we are going to be world champions?
I think, of course, when you're in the lead, it can cross your mind, but I try to straight away get back to what's at hand. And I think everyone was reminding us that we can never be complacent, especially against a team like New Zealand, which are unbelievable. As soon as you switch off and you give them an opportunity, they can take it, and they're deadly in that. So, of course, it crosses your mind, but at the end of the day, you've got to stay in the present, and you just got to focus from the play to the play and whistle to whistle. Because I think if you just think about the future and what's to come, I think that's when you can get yourself in quite a tricky situation and see yourself conceding points.
Succede che nel corso della partita questo sia un pensiero che ti attraversa la mente, ma devi subito switchare e pensare azione su azione, fischio su fischio, perché non devi essere compiaciuto di quello che fai, specie in una partita contro Nuova Zelanda, che non ti lascia mai scampo quando sbagli. Quindi devi essere capace a farti attraversare da quel pensiero, ma concentrarti sulle azioni, e poi quando finisce la partita sei vinto, sei campione. Last one. Yes.
Una domanda, adesso hai chiesto il capitano entrando con una bottiglietta d'acqua, vorrei chiedere cosa sarà la prossima cosa che chiederà quando entrerà.
When you entered into this room, you asked for a bottle of water. So what's going to be the next drink that you order?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I think I don't know what it would be. I think it would be probably an ice cold beer. It's been quite a long time since I've had one, so I'm excited to have one.
So we move to the colleagues.
Am I see your hand? Hi, Kevin. Hi, Riley. First off, congratulations. That was truly nerve-wracking, to say the least. But Kevin, on that note, for me sitting at home, my nerves are shot, and I just want to know, what you feel like, sitting there next to the field.
I mean, very tense. It's a very tough competition, this, and I think after we finished up our captain's run yesterday, you've got to wait until an 8:30 game, and so the nerves were, had been going for about 24 hours, and then I just, when the try gets disallowed, then you sort of, you worry about it. But then I looked on the field and I saw our body language, I saw a leadership group, and the group just looked so confident. They were very in the moment. I think they were they just believed them. So. Yeah, I mean, I didn't enjoy the game until the final whistle, to be honest. But it's coaching, I suppose. You just got to enjoy it now.
Sorry.
I'll translate only for the audience here. So, quando siamo arrivati al team run, ho visto una squadra che era veramente conscia dei propri mezzi e sapeva che poteva farcela. Onestamente l'allenatore fino al fischio finale non mi sono divertito, ma questa è parte dell'allenare. Cioè, soffri, poi si giochi bene. Quindi, va bene. Yes, sorry.
And Riley, we've spoken a lot about the conditions there during the tournament and the humidity and the heat, but during this final, I think the intensity probably had a lot to do with it. But it seemed like you guys were sweating like open tap water. And I just want to tell us a bit about what the conditions were out there like. What it felt like playing at that intensity, and it's a final as well, because it seemed like the ball was slippery at times as well.
No, the ball is very slippery, if I must be honest. So I think the boys went through about 3,000 boxes of grip tech. I don't think they're going to be happy with that one. But the ball was really, really slippery. So I think your fundamentals are crucial in a game like this. I think we saw quite a few knock-ons. And I just think it was so humid, and my shirt is drenched here, but just purely because of sweat. So I think if you take your eyes off the ball for a second, you can, make a mistake. And I think that added to the challenge, it's quite humid and hot, so you do get quite fatigued. And because you sweat, I think you saw quite a few guys cramping as well. So the conditions weren't easy, but we knew as South Africans, we're used to training in that. And I think that benefited us at times because we could really dig deep. And we were exposed to that back at home in the November, December and January camps.
Le condizioni erano di umidità veramente importanti, il pallone era scivoloso ed è lì che sono importanti, fondamentali, quindi saper tenere il pallone. C'era un'unità simile, ho detto, a quando facciamo i training camps a novembre, dicembre, gennaio in Sudafrica. Questo ci ha aiutato perché arrivavamo comunque da quei mesi in cui ci eravamo allenati così. La mia maglia è zuppa, un po' per questo dato, ma un po' per l'umidità. E è stato importante lì avere dei fondamentali per limitare al massimo i rendimenti.
Next question. Brendan, I see your hand up.
Yeah, evening guys, congrats first of all, and well done. Riley said in his post-match that this is the greatest day of his life. Kevin, I just wanted to ask you, I mean, you've coached in a number of levels. Where does this fit in your career? Where do you rank this win for you?
No, Brendan, this is number one, without a doubt. So number one for rugby, definitely. Yeah, Brendan, I'm just so grateful to come back to South Africa. I love our country, and I love the Springboks as a brand, and I also really enjoy working with this age group. So to see these young men go through November, December, and to be on the journey with them has been incredibly special. I'll never take that for granted, and yeah, Ben, for that, I'm just extremely grateful. This is my number one rugby moment, without a doubt.
Per me è stato bello tornare in Sudafrica, tornare in questo gruppo. Io amo il mio paese, amo gli Springbok come brand e come squadra. Tornare ad allenare questi ragazzi, vedere la voglia che ci hanno messo, l'intensità in tutti questi mesi in avvicinamento nelle partite che poi sono portate qui è veramente la cosa migliore che mi sia capitata. Veramente. Sono estremamente grato ragazzi per quello che hanno fatto.
Riley, just for you, as I said, I listened to your post-match interview there. It must make you, at this moment, you must probably feel that you made the right choice choosing rugby over the cricket.
No, I'm very content with my choice, I must say. Especially winning competitions makes it a lot easier. So I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to play both sports. And like I say, cricket taught me so much that I can take into rugby. So I'm really, really grateful for the opportunities I've been given in South Africa. But there's no sport like rugby, if I'm being honest. The camaraderie, just the intensity. I love the physical part of it, and also the mental part of it. So I'm really grateful to be in a position like this and to play rugby for my country. And yeah, hopefully I can carry on going. And yeah, no, I'm very content with my choice.
Sono contento di aver scelto il rugby alla fine tra rugby e il cricket, anche se devo dire che è stata una grande opportunità per me quella di avere entrambe le esperienze, di imparare tanto dal cricket, tanto che ho portato poi nel rugby, ma nel rugby amo il senso di comunità, l'intensità, lo stare insieme e poi queste serate qui. Diciamo che è importante fare esperienza di entrambe le cose e ho scelto il rugby, la gente
Percy?
And sorry, just one final one for Kevin. Sorry, obviously the next question that's probably, you guys are going to enjoy the win now, but the next question that's probably going to come up in the next couple of days for you is how many of these guys do you feel are ready for senior rugby already? Because we almost at the start of a pre-season from the URC. You've coached Super Rugby level. I don't want you to mention names, but just in terms of a number, how many of these guys do you think can play senior rugby in the next sort of season?
Brendan, I think I actually think quite a lot of them could. You know, Brendan, I also think that once you put these guys in the environment and the environment's right for them, they'll flourish. Riley's a point in case. Riley finished school last year. You know, he plays in the tight five and he now captains us. He's still going to be here next year. But I do believe that this is such a talented group, and in the right environment, they'll kick on. So, yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of these names going forward for South African rugby, and especially in the URC.
Thanks, man. Enjoy those cold beers.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brendan.
Ci sono tanti giocatori che sono pronti secondo me per il livello internazionale senior. Riley è un esempio. Ha finito scuola adesso, gioca nei primi 5, quindi è un ruolo difficilissimo, è arrivato a livelli incredibili, può farcela, ma come lui tantissimi, quindi segnatevi i nomi perché tanti di loro li vedremo nei senior teams nei prossimi anni.
Thank you, Percy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we got
We have last question.
Okay, yeah, we got two more. Percy, Percy, go ahead, please.
Thank you so much, Rian. Congratulations, gentlemen. Coach, given you've been asked a lot of questions and the captain so far, Coach, can I just ask you, I understand this is a collective effort for you guys to get to this point, but can I ask you about somebody very specific though? Johan Ackerman, what was his contribution in the success of this team? Because he's obviously moving on after this campaign though, sir.
Percy, I can't speak more highly than Johan Ackerman. He's a brilliant coach. He coaches so well technically, but he also is a cultural coach. He's so good for the environment. He knows when to smile. Sometimes he's dancing, sometimes he's serious. He gets the balance right, and I think the fitness and the love that he showed to our forward pack in particular, and brought these guys up with Mushy, was fantastic. Johan's going to go very, very well at the Bulls. He's just a good person, and good things happen to good people. So Percy's been, in my opinion, Johan's had a massive, massive impact on our campaign.
Non parlerò mai abbastanza bene per spiegare quanto sia stato importante. È una persona estremamente competente, che ha fatto benissimo, una persona che sa ballare, sa cantare, sa essere divertente, sa essere serio quando c'è bisogno. Ha avuto un impatto enorme nell'economia della nostra squadra, quindi veramente è una vittoria collettiva, ma tanto passa anche dallo staff.
Okay, Angus, and then we'll wrap up with Ross.
Thank you, Rian. Evening, gentlemen. Congratulations, Riley and Coach Kevin. Just two from me. There was a lot of talk on the attack of the junior box, but you guys, you can both answer this question, but you guys must be very pleased with defensive effort tonight against a very good New Zealand team.
Yeah, we are, Angus. We worked hard post the championship. We sort of staged our run into this World Cup with certain aspects that we were working hard in our game, and our defence, obviously, in the championship was not where we needed it to be, and I think the guys really bought into the new system that we wanted to adopt. But defence is all about character, and so is championships. And I think there was probably 2 or 3 occasions when New Zealand was camped on our line, and the guys just kept getting up and hitting, and from a coach's perspective, I know you can never ask for more than that. So the attitude matched the defence, and yeah, it was a real South African defensive effort.
Dopo il championship abbiamo lavorato tanto e è stato bello per noi che dare una nuova impostazione difensiva è stato ricevuto benissimo dai giocatori, hanno capito subito dove volevamo arrivare e avevamo poco tempo per farlo, quindi il fatto che loro ci abbiano seguito in questa nuova impostazione difensiva, che poi abbia funzionato nel mondiale, mi rende veramente felice, ma era importante studiare, lavorare dopo quell'edizione del championship per arrivare a una nuova impostazione di gioco che fosse improntata anche sul gioco difensivo, e loro l'hanno ricevuta molto molto bene.
Thank you, Ross. We'll conclude with you.
Thanks very much, Rian. How's it, guys? Massive congratulations. Riley, just for you, you mentioned the cricket earlier, and obviously, you felt the lows of losing in a semi-final there. Did that experience really, was that important in helping you leading these guys in these finals here and give you something a bit extra that you were able to impart on them and, help you push through and, lift the title?
No, I think it's definitely something I thought about, if I'm being honest, personally. That semi-final against India hurt for me quite a bit, because we were in such a good position and we almost chucked it away, especially playing at home. So, you never like losing semis and finals, but I think it taught me a lot about staying in the present, not getting complacent, just taking it moment for moment and whistle to whistle. And I think that's something that I took out of cricket as well, and I could put in rugby. So that definitely did almost motivate me, because we all want to win trophies and we want to win medals in sport. So to get so close and to have an unbelievable setup and environment there, then come short in a game that we should have won, definitely just had some personal motivation for me to try and get us over the line. And just so proud of the guys and the effort that they put in today, because without the team and without the whole unit and the coaches and the management together, none of this would have been possible.
Aver perso una semifinale contro l'India, soprattutto in casa, quando giocavo a cricket, ha fatto male, ma mi ha insegnato tantissimo. Non essere compiaciuto della prestazione sul momento, ma concentrarsi sulla partita, allenarsi sicuramente, uscirne fuori, capire che le responsabilità sono collettive e non singole. Questo è quello che mi porto, e quanto è importante una vittoria collettiva, grazie allo staff, al management, ai compagni, però è un'esperienza che tuttora mi porto, perché è molto molto utile e mi ha formato.
Thank you, everyone, especially in the room, and especially those guys that have always tuned in during the tournament. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in South Africa. Cheers. Ciao.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.